Hey, it's Wednesday, so it's time for our weekly look at what some of the female journalists have been saying about women's lives in our feature, It's a Woman's World. First up, the Independent newspaper's columnist Liz Hoggard has written about the supposed male beauty crisis hitting Hollywood and saying it's a farce. She finds it laughable that male actors are suffering since there's been a barrage of new pretty boys on the block, and wrote, "Welcome to the club. Women live all their lives with the uneasy feeling that they don't pass." So do you think that's true? Have any of us gone through life feeling that we don't quite pass muster?
Well, I have to say I do, because, I mean, really, nothing's big enough, tall enough, small enough, thin enough, sexy enough, and it all ends up on the bathroom floor and you have to stick it in your knickers, don't you? Like that, and then you open it up and it goes...
Have you always felt like that?
Yeah.
Did you never have a confident
phase?
phase?
When I was very young, I had a lot of confidence when I was very young. When I was about 18, yeah, and you kind of, and that's, you know, as you get older, it seeps away, and you know, and I look back and I think, who was that girl? And then you need everything sucked and tucked, you see, and that's the problem. That's what you need to make me feel like that age, you know.
You don't. You see, that's the thing. I think as you get older, you just accept it. I can't. The thing is, when you're young, you're stupid anyway, you know, and youth is, you know, you think you're marvellous, you never bother to look in the mirror anyway.
You're a moron when you're young, really.
To be honest, I've never fitted, I've never been pretty, but at the same time... No, seriously, I've never been like these rugged guys and the pretty boys, the pretty girls in movies. You know, I was told I'd never worked till I was 40. I know, well, they proved them wrong. But now, I'm happy, you see. I think, well, you know, sod it. I'll go with the flow.
You've got a man and you're having sex.
But that's got nothing to do...
That's what she says, anyway. I don't know if it's true.
I think I got a man and I'm having sex because I go in there and give it some welly...
It's confidence.
You know, yes, I think,
your confidence is very sexy.
I tell very good jokes as well.
Take me or leave.
That's it, though.
It is confidence. And also, it's that thing about... One of the few good things about getting older is you care less what other people think, whether that's the sort of society at large or just sort of your peer group, whatever it might be.
Absolutely the opposite.
I care less. I was racked with insecurity in my 20s, and sort of as I have decayed, I care less and less about what people think.
No, I think absolutely the opposite.
You should try it, though. Really.
I think the older you get, you lose your confidence, you lose your self-confidence, you know, because you don't know... When you're young, nothing matters, does it? You know, nothing matters.
Everything matters when you're young.
Yeah.
I think it's just the opposite of you. I think I'm with Jackie. I care a lot less as you get older because you just think, you know what, this is me. And I think the most attractive thing about anyone, whatever you see in the mirror, if you're happy inside, that, you know,
that's very sexy. It's very attractive, isn't it?
It's so attractive, yeah. And, you know, I didn't pass any exams, so I'm not going to pass that, am I? Really?
You're not going to pass muster?
No.
You don't even know what muster is?
No.
Next, Lynda Kelsey...
Put it on ham sandwich.
Lynda Kelsey wrote in the Mail about her concern over many women's lack of interest in anything to do with finance, and says that freedom isn't about sleeping with countless men or being the boss, it's about holding the purse strings. She also vowed to herself that she would never be financially dependent on a man. So what do we think? Is financial independence important, and how across that are we?
I think financial independence is important, but I just get Ray to do all the work.
All the paperwork?
All the paperwork, because I have absolutely... Bless him, he has sat me down and he's gone, right, I'm going to teach you how to do this. And I'm not joking, hours he sat there. And it's a bit like a maths lesson at school. And at the end I go, do you want a cup of tea? And so I'm not very good at knowing how to do it, but I'll always sit in and watch what he's doing.
But
or
you'll
he'll
never
come
learn
to
it
me
like that, you see.
I don't want to learn it.
No, but if he's not there, you're stuffed.
Well, absolutely. If I'm always saying to him, don't die because I don't know how to do my tax return. But at the same time, he's saying, you know, don't die because I don't know where Kira's uniform is.
Yeah, well,
we have our jobs and we do them.
But that's what I think about the whole thing about equality, which annoys me, is that are those women that go, I'm equal, get up, give me a seat and do this and do that and treat me like an equal, and then go, but you do the money or you earn the money and I'll just spend it. That's not equality, is it? You've got to go for the whole deal. And you must, I really do, because I know so many women, certainly of a certain age, who do lose their husbands, who haven't got a clue what goes on.
Yeah, but
How to run their
but you
lives.
see, it didn't used to be like that, did it? I mean, that's generational because a lot of women didn't do that. The men earned. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
but that's
and
us
so
to
the
learn.
women didn't have to kind of bother with that. I think the world has completely turned upside down, and that's why men don't know who they are anymore, isn't it? And I think we have to take. I mean, I have had to take over. I've had to because I don't have anybody else. So, but it's taught me such a big lesson. You know that I know how to do it now. I know everything. I know where everything is.
A sense of confidence that you
And
can
no
do
man will come into my life ever again and know anything about my business. It's mine and it's going to stay mine. You know what I mean? So. But yes, major confidence now to do it.
Yeah, I used to be a little bit sort of financial phobic when I was younger. My husband's in the financial world, so he knows more stuff than I do. But we do kind of the finances together, and I'm actually starting to get a little bit interested in it. Now I'm not so scared of it, and he's educating me a bit. It's actually quite exciting to get involved in all that stuff.
Is it?
Yes.
You need to
It
get
is.
out more.
But I'll tell you something. If there's a man out there now with some money, I'm putting my hand up because I'm looking. But I've been looking for years. It doesn't work. There's another lady up there that's looking. I'm another lady.
Finally, writing about a forthcoming novel, The Mother's Tale, which is about the fears and experiences associated with motherhood. Journalist Fleur Britton wrote in the Sunday Times Style magazine about some of the real fears of mums-to-be. So what, if any, were our own fears of becoming a mum, and were they well-founded, or just paranoia?
Oh, God, I don't think anyone can explain the fear from the time your baby is literally born and they hand it to you. That fear just engulfed me, where I thought, oh, I'm so responsible for this now, and especially when you go home for the first time and you're left on your own with that. And initially, when you're pregnant, you think, oh, I'm going to worry, you know, is it going to be all right? Is it gonna... Yeah. But it's just illogical fears when it's born, I think.
Absolutely.
Absolutely just illogical. I remember, you know, especially with the first one, by the second and third, you get, you know, you
sort of
more
find
ease.
you find
yeah,
your
I mean,
sort
I
of
still
pattern,
worry
don't you?
now about all of them, but that fear with the first one, because you've never experienced it before. And I remember I used to spend... Shane Jr. was a nightmare to get to sleep. It used to take hours to get him to sleep. And he'd finally go off, and I'd go, oh, thank God for that. And then I'd go... and then I'd think, I can't hear. So then I'd take the blankets off and go, oh, no. And he'd go, where? And I'd think, oh, God.
But don't you think, though, also, that once you're so up to hearing it, you actually, a lot of the time, don't have time to fear. The thinking about it, like lots of things in life, when the baby's born, will it like me? All those neuroses, you know, will I like it? Will it like me? Goes out the window because you just have to get on with it. I mean, that's the thing about fear, I think.
But it is, didn't you find, like you, it's sort of all the catastrophic thoughts, and I think this is kind of a bit of the baby blues as well, maybe, not postnatal, but a little bit of the baby blues, the catastrophic thoughts that you've never had in your life. Like when I was going out for the first time with the baby in the pram, I was thinking, I was in a country lane, I was thinking, a car could come around that corner, out of control. If I can't get onto that virgin time, we're all dead. And then if we're all dead and we're in a country lane, how will anyone know?
Yes, and if a herd of elephants come round the corner, you've had it, haven't you? You can never guess, can you?
Where do you go walking?
Well, you never know, do you? But you know what it is with babies? It's when they come out there. Well,
Yeah,
of course they come out there. And they give you the baby. Nobody gives you a little thing with it, go and saying, this is what you do with this thing.
Yeah.
You know, you wash
Now,
it and you
get on
clean
with
it and you feed it and you iron
Well, they
it.
do, they're called books.
Yeah, they don't give you books, do they? But when Keely was born, I always remember she came out and they put her face next to mine, and I heard the midwife said, now that's true love. And I've never forgotten it. It's been true love ever since. The bond has been so incredible with Keely and I. But the fear, you're right, it never stops, 24 hours a day, and the guilt and everything
But I'm
never
more
leaves
fearful
you.
now. I mean, I'm more fearful now of the boys who are older than I am of Kira, because Kira's still in my control. She's 8. I know where she is. I know who she's with. I know what she's doing.
Right.
The boys now are out in the big bad world on their own. And Shane goes, right, I'll see you later, Mum. I'm just going out. And I go, okay, I love you. And I give him a hug. And then he gets to the car and I run out and go, I love you. And he goes, we've just done that in the kitchen. And I go, well, you know, I might be the last time. And he goes, oh, you go out the garage.